In this video, I'm going to be turning this into this. Now originally, I thought this was going to be a pretty fun and easy project, but little did I know it was going to be harder and more frustrating than it was to get my music degree. Because unlike in music school, I'm not just transcribing music here. I'm listening to every single little beep and boop that comes from the original SNES Mario and turning it into something that's playable on this.
Not xylophone.
I'm talking about the jump sound, the sound of bumping into stuff, even that little flagpole sound at the end, the you know, I'm gonna do that one too. But I decided to start with what I know best, the music. Luckily, this part was kind of straightforward because this song is 1 billion years old. Everybody knows the original Mario song. So they've transcribed it to a bunch of different instruments. All I had to do was find a way to lay it out on the marimba. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the process of me transcribing this onto a marimba. If you're interested in that, let me know and I'll put it in the future video. I'll go into a little bit more depth. Just know it basically kind of looks like this. Now, the sound effects is where it gets kind of hard because I'm used to transcribing music, but I've never had to transcribe something that sounds like this. I mean, like, what note is even that? I won't go into depth about how I created every single one of the sounds in this level because that would take forever, but I do want to talk about some of the ones that particularly gave me trouble. The first one was the power-up appearing one. This one's just a really compressed sounding effect. I could not think of a way for me to just do this in one take of just recording, just like, how the heck do you make that? When I was listening to it, it did sound like a bit of a chromatic scale, which means you're just hitting every single note on the way up to another note, not skipping any notes in between, but it's played really fast. And when I tried to replicate it just on one take, it just didn't sound quite right. So the way that I decided to do it was by playing this chromatic scale 3 different times, starting on 3 different notes, and layering them over top of each other so that the sound waves look something like this. I think it turned out pretty good. I think that was definitely one of the harder ones to emulate, but nothing compared to this next one. Making the jump sound effect was definitely the hardest effect that I had to recreate in this video. It's such a springy and elastic type sound. It's so hard to recreate something like that when I'm using an instrument that's made completely out of wooden bars. In order to replicate that sound, I needed to use xylophone mallets. I know, it's not a xylophone. That was the only way I can emulate like that stretchy, glissy type of sound. There's no way that I was going to be able to do something like that with a yarn mallet. Honestly, after recording it, I think it still sounds a little bit chopped, but I mean, it'll do the trick. I don't think there's any way that I can get closer to emulating that kind of sound with this instrument, but just go ahead and give it a listen. I mean, it's not too bad, right? I don't think there's any other way that I could have done that. But whenever it's in the actual video, it'll sound a lot better. It'll make a lot more sense, trust me. The last one I want to talk about is the sound of grabbing a power-up. I just think the sound is perfect for marimba because it just lays on 4 mallets so well. Like, it's just like a ripple effect through all of them. But they're all notes that are close together. It feels good to play. It sounds good. I just think it worked out perfectly. I wish more of the sound effects went like that. I'm particularly pretty proud of this one. I just think it sounds really close to the original. So after a couple more hours of just stumbling through every single random sound in this game, I think I finally have a finished product ready for you. So without delaying any longer, here is my rendition of the entire Mario level 1-1 on marimba. Okay, that was actually way harder than I thought it was gonna be, but I think it turned out pretty good actually. I think that flag fanfare thing at the end just sounds so awesome on marimba. I think that's definitely my favorite part. If you guys like this idea and you enjoyed the video, let me know if you want me to try any other video games. I'm down to try anything from Zelda, Pokemon, maybe even Sonic, anything that has enough sound effects for me to replicate. I'm down to try it. Anyway, leave your suggestions in the comment section below if you have something for me to try, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.